Yo, what's good, Simps? It's the worst duelist. It's been a while, but and obviously this isn't like my usual kind of setup whenever I'm recording. Like I don't have an intro and whatever else, but unfortunately, like just sort of a lot of things happened over the past year. In a prior video that I posted, where I was going to continue posting content after moving, just a lot of shit happened in my personal life, and that just didn't end up coming to fruition. And the reason that my video style is different for this video in particular is because I no longer have Premiere and a few other things that I need to just get squared away again to go back to posting the same kind of content that I was posting before. But I was just really excited about building with the Metalfoes list, and I kind of wanted to just get this list out there and just put something on the channel because it really has been so long. And there was never really anything after like a few DB profiles, which I have since privated just because I don't really like the videos. So I don't feel like it was very representative of like what I want the channel to be. So yeah, those videos are no longer available to be watched. And yeah, anyway, the point is I'm playing again, and I found a place to play where I live now, and I'm finally back to the point where I can start, like I have time and resources to, get cards and tests and, whatever else. And I, for a while, I kind of became disinterested with the game, missed out on, pretty much a year and a half worth of sets and stuff. So I am a little bit out of touch with like what's currently going on in the meta, but I do have regionals in a couple weeks, and I do have some of my more flagship decks from the channel that are built, and there is new lists for them, but I need to get some more cards, and like especially with Synchrons, I like don't exactly want to post a list for Synchrons unless I like actually took it to a tournament. So I'm probably going to take that to regionals, and then afterwards I'll do like a full tournament report and show my profile of what I've been testing with Synchron at least. There is a new Neptus list as well, because of course there is. As bad as the deck is, I just kind of can't get away from trying to make a new brew with it. I've also got into Edison recently as well, so possibly some Edison lists coming in the future, like unironically in the future, not like the video I posted about a little over a year ago where I said I'd be posting again, and then kind of after 3 videos just kind of petered out. I really am actually going to try to start posting videos again now that I actually have people to play test with IRL, because for me online just really isn't the same. But anyway, we're about almost 4 minutes into this video, so I'll quit rambling and actually talk about the cards. So for the Metalfoe list, it's 3 Bismugear, 3 Melcaster, 3 Volflame, 3 Gold Driver, 3 Silvered, 3 Steelin. So yeah, I mean, you pretty much just play 3 of all of them. The more important ones being Volflame and Melcaster, just due to the fact that they're level 7, giving you absolute access for part of your inboard for Vortex, and also going second. Vortex is quite good. But yeah, you play 3 of all these guys because it's just, it's kind of just important to have the names. And I mean, of course, they all have the same ability: pop face-up card, set a Metalfoe, spell a trap from deck. Yeah, the scales are important, etc. I don't really need to talk about these a lot. I mean, most of them are normal monsters anyway. There's not really a whole ton to talk about with the ratios either, because you just play 3 of all of them. Next we have 3 Teleport. This is just more copies of the majority of these. And also this is important now because I think this was at 3 the last time that I played, but this is more important now because you need to well, you don't always have to make Beyond with this deck, which is nice, but it is important for some lines where you do need to make Beyond. And also it's just, it puts a guy on board for Fusion and etc. I mean, I shouldn't really have to explain Teleport too much. But yeah, I included this in the list now because, I mean, Beyond is a card, and that is something that you don't always have to go for, but is still important for some combo lines depending on your hand. And then the engine requirements is 1 pair of Metalfoes, 1 full Metalfoes, and double combo. So, I mean, I was playing Counter, and I was playing Vanisher, like my older build from like probably 2.5 years ago now. However, unfortunately, while I do like the utility that Counter and Vanisher provides in the deck, not so much Vanisher, but like more so counter summoning Vanisher to banish a card. Unfortunately, it just leads to too many unplayable hands. You know, especially the fact that like Vanisher doesn't have the effect and scale like all the other ones, and it's a level 9, so you can't pendulum summon it. And I feel like not playing Vanisher just makes Counter not worth running, so I cut it from the list. And the regular Metalfoe fusion is kind of useless, regardless of the fact that like you shuffle it back and get the draw card, which is really nice. But I mean, just it only fuses from hand and board, and that's just not like why would I ever go for that whenever I have this? That confuses the face of extra deck. So yeah, that's why I end up cutting the regular Metalfoe fusion from the deck, because I just feel like it's not necessary anymore. Pair of Metalfoes is just better, and this is obviously for whenever you're going first. If like you don't have like a super nuts hand, you can do this. Like you can just set this up, or like if you do end up sending these with Magician Souls, you can Mithrilium them back and then bounce a scale, and then you can go get one from the deck again. And then you have like this into a Zortless, into special back Mithrilium, into Mithrilium effect to special Metalfoe from grave, ideally like Bismugear or Milkcaster. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of going for with this. I mean, you play enough bricks in the deck already, but yeah, we don't need to add more. So yeah, that's the Metalfoe engine. For the rest of the deck, we have our normal summons, which is we have double Abductor, and I actually just put this here because I didn't know where else to put this in the deck list. But I'm trying this guy out just because it just seems to like it would work like really well with all the Metalfoe cards. Because I mean, they pop cards, you summon this guy, you add another copy, whatever he popped, and it's a level 7, so that kind of also sort of helps with making absolute and stuff to get into Vortex. But I'm uncertain if I'm gonna play the new stuff that like searches this guy with like Duelist Alliance, because mostly just because I like room. Like I want to keep the deck 40. I really don't want to play over 40 with this, which is kind of strange because you do have to play the 4 like engine requirements, like the 4 Metalfoe engine requirements. So like going over 40 isn't exactly terrible, but I don't want to turn this into like Pendulum mashup. I want to play Metalfoes. So that's kind of why I really want to keep the deck at 40. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to include the new stuff with this, where you can like search this guy, which would be really good because then you can like always have it. Triple Duelist Alliance, one of the spell, one of this. I mean, that's not bad. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, we have these guys. This is a one of your normal summons. And obviously this is just 3 counters in the scale. You search a Pendulum, you're pretty much never going to use this because you have to keep popping guys in your scale. Then 3 counters on board as a monster, and then you search a level 1, which is Magician Souls, because it's like the best card in the deck. I'm also playing Triple Boa Baboon as the normal summon as well, the additional normal summon. This is actually kind of more like the main normal summon. So the reason you play this guy, whenever we get to the extra deck, I'll explain a little bit more, but like obviously when we're playing 40, we have a pretty high chance to open Metalfoe breaks, but we also have a pretty high chance to open this card or Magician Souls access, which is why I want to keep the deck 40 cards. To just make it as consistent as possible to get to Magician Souls, because you really have super subpar boards without it. Granted, without Magician Souls, whenever you make your board, you have like a lot of floating, which is cool, but like, I mean, let's be honest, this is 2023 Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not 2016, 2017, whenever Metalfoes came out, so... yeah, 3 Boa Baboon, I mean, when you summon it, you draw a card, and then normal or special, you draw a card, and then you can put a card from your hand, bottom of your deck, which again, helps you dig for souls, helps you put back the engine requirements as well, and then when it's popped, obviously via a Metalfoe monster effect in the scale, when it's popped, you summon 2 copies from the deck, you make a rank 3, you can link with it, and then they also trigger, the ones you get out of the deck also trigger. People that didn't play during Zoo format might not know this card, which is kind of why I explained it, but I mean, yeah, you used to play with in Metalfoe Zoo, because I mean that was the thing, because you played Zoo and everything, and you used to make Invoker, but now we make something else, which I'll show you whenever we get to the extra deck. But anyway, yeah, Boa Baboon, really good. It's a really good fit for this deck, I feel. Surprisingly, a very powerful normal summon, because like, let's be honest, no one's going to like negate this card until you pop it, try to summon 2 guys from deck, and then in which case you baited a hand trap, because what you really want to resolve is Magician Souls. So anyway, speaking of, yeah, Double Souls, and then there's actually only 1 proxy in this deck. Because I only have 1 of these, because I was testing this in Synchron 1-1, so I never did buy a second illusion, but yeah, it's a double illusion. And then, of course, the Magician of Chaos, my favorite dueling card of all time, is the proxy for the second illusion. So yeah, we have this stuff here, and then also I play double prep. So the main reason I'm playing this ratio instead of just 3 souls and like 3 of this, or like 3 abductor and 3 souls and 2 of this, is because with this being a spell, if you have Abductor, you can, you put a counter on Abductor, and you can get additional copies of Magician's Soul. And a card I was going to test is Pendulum Moon, and unfortunately, because I don't have Premiere, I can't put it on. The screen, but it's a level 1, and then I forget its exact effect, but it works incredibly well with Metalfoes. It's a 0 scale, level 1 spellcaster, and it has an effect that triggers when it pops. Sorry, I can't remember. You're just gonna have to look it up. Pendulum Moon, I think is the name of the card. Level 1, 0 scale. So I was gonna try that actually in place of the Astrograph, but I don't own the card, so I can't try it. But I was testing it online some. But anyway, beyond the point, back to prep. So yeah, you get a counter for what's her face. And if I played Pendulum Moon, it would be more relevant. But also, thinning is winning for 2. And if we already have souls, we can just pitch this. Like if we can't get access, like if we have to go like a line where we go pop scale set Metalfoes and then pop scale to set combo, then you can just send the additional one of these out of your hand. So that's kind of why I went with this ratio. I'm still kind of uncertain about preparation rights, but so far it's been pretty good. And I think in theory, like it's there. So yeah. Last card in the deck. Unfortunately, this is the only non-engine that I play. It's 3 talents. Obviously, like the deck probably super struggles. Jesus Christ, the deck like super struggles going second. Not exactly because Mithrilium, but like let's be honest, you're playing Pendulum, so you have to commit 3 cards to do anything. And also because we have Mithrilium, it makes it like super easy to get this online because you just Mithrilium threaten her guy, they negate it. If she dies, then you float, and then you talents take their guy, etc., so on and so forth. If I had Thrust, I might consider Thrust as well, but I don't own the card, so yeah, 3 talents. So yeah, that's the main deck. 40 cards, like I said. Moving on to the extra deck, Spider, because Beyond takes effect monsters, unfortunately, so you can't use the Metalfoes again, which is why playing Abductor and Teleport is important, because we really don't want to normal summon a Bismugear. But yeah, what's cool is you don't always have to make this. Sometimes you can just make Cross Sheep and then just like go, you honestly just like plus way harder when you make Cross Sheep. But I mean, of course, due to the fact that there's inconsistencies in like every deck, but I mean, there's inconsistencies, so this searches your missing scale or whatever you need. So yeah, Beyond, Cross Sheep, Selene. This is probably going to come out for Exceed the Pendulum just because it just does like everything it does, but like with less steps. So yeah, and then the only other card that needs to go in the extra deck for sure from the new set is probably going to be SP. Card's nuts. Appaloosa. We usually end on this, but I mean only for 2, but like it's not a big deal. We have Alkahest and Azortless as well. They like try to threaten it. And then Boral Sword. So this could be access code. It probably would be access code, but I sold my access code a long time ago, so I'm playing Boral Sword. This is good still too. This guy was like stable for years, but obviously access code is access code. So yeah, that's how to link monsters. So here's a card that we are making with Bobaboon. We're making Gossip Shadow because Gossip Shadow is a negate for 1, and what's nice is Bobaboon. You normal summon it, and then you pop it. You play 2 cards, and then you summon 2 guys out of deck, unless they ash it, in which case you beta dash. But if it resolves, then you make this guy, and you have a monster negate before you Pendulum summon. So this can stop Nibiru, this can stop Ash, this can stop, Droll, I guess. But you probably got Droll already because you drew cards off of Bobaboon. But anyway, yeah, this guy's a negate. For those who don't know, it doesn't have just the 1 effect to go under a number, I think it is, and then like you put it and all its materials under a number monster. The other effect is like when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can detach 2 from this, and you change the effect of both players draw 1 card. So yeah, it's pretty good. Absolute, obviously, for Vortex. And then the Metalfoes guys, Zortless. When this guy's summoned, you shuffle 2 guys from your face of extra deck back into the deck, and then he pops a card. And then if he dies, he goes to scale, and then it's when he's special summoned, not fusion summoned. So like when he goes to scale, if you pop him with a Metalfoe, and then you Pendulum summon him back, then he pops a card as well by shuffling 2 from the face of extra deck. So yeah, that's pretty good. And then I forget the scale effect. Let's read it. If a face-up Metalfoes card you control is a short back card effect except during the damage step, you can target 1 face-up card on the field and destroy it. You can only use the effect of Metalfoes as Zortless on for turn. That's pretty good. So its in scale effect is nice because it can threaten to bait negates and stuff. 1 Outcast. This guy's like good, but like kind of less useful now that we have this. It's definitely still good because like you can take their dudes and like fuse with them, which again like not super relevant, but it can come up, especially because this guy just takes a Metalfoe and a fusion monster, so you can like Alkahest, take a fusion card like against like I don't know Branding Chimera, you could take their dude and equip it to him if you baited the targeting, but yeah, I digress. It's a lot of caveats, but it's something that you can do. Double Mithrilium, this is just like the best. This is the best fusion because it just recycles all of your stuff and then it floats, and then like some mithrilium, put back your traps or your fusion spell, bounce your own scale, pop it, etc. And then you summon the second one, you put the first one back and another card. Yeah, it's really good. So I was playing Orichalc because you can side Book of Eclipse and then summon this guy and then double piercing them with all your Metalfoe monsters and just randomly win games. That's kind of cheesy, so this might actually just come out for SP Little Knight whenever that comes out. But I mean, I think that shit already came out. I don't actually know the release date, but it's not like tournament store legal yet. But anyway, yeah, that's how I was playing this. And the last card is the Crimsonite, because you just side Super Poly and then you just, you like normal summon any Metalfoe and then you just Super Poly away 2 other guys, because this is 1 Metalfoe and 2 monsters with 3,000 attack or less. Yeah, so anyway, that's the Metalfoe deck. I've been testing this a lot. It's been a lot of fun. I think this is a pretty solid build. Again, I'm not too certain if I'm gonna like add any of the newer stuff that is coming out in the next set, but I guess while we're here, I can kind of take this out real quick and just kind of show you the build, at least tease the build that I've been trying for Synchron, and that I'm just going to show you this single card. So yeah, I've been testing this with Synchron, and of course it's really good, but that'll be a video for another time. We'll come back to this after regionals, and there's only one other thing that I guess I'll show over here. I have this is where Nephthys is at. So yeah, I'm just going to put that back. Where I found it, and again, we'll come back to that in a later video. If you stayed to the end, that's cool. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to post more stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, see you next time. See you.